Hello people! I hope you're having a lovely week. I'm just out of the shower and I was grabbing a cup of tea and I just said, you know what, why not do a little recap on the most insane weekend ever. So I'm gonna get myself settled and we'll have a little chat. So, oh my gosh, like what an amazing weekend. I could not have asked for a better first comp. I'm still buzzing, I'm rewatching my videos. I actually can't forget about it. It was so amazing. The hype was so nice. How I'm feeling right now, I am buzzing with the win. Like, I'm buzzing with how smooth the day went. Like, me and Jimmy worked really well together, and then the selections were really good. Like, dare I say, a bit conservative. Like, definitely felt like I had way more in the tank by the end of the day. Although I'm like tired, as in I had an early flight on the Monday, and so I didn't get a lot of sleep, and then I obviously with just the buzz and everything, I'm a little bit tired, but I expected to have really bad DOMs. I expected my back to be absolutely ruined. I expected my nervous system to be shot, and I don't feel that. So I'm delighted because I feel relatively fresh. So I'm gonna get back to the gym now later today after my last set of lectures. But yeah, wow, what a weekend. Overall, like I had an amazing weekend. Even like the weigh-ins went so easily. It took a handful of minutes to get in, get weighed, fill out the form and drop it in. So how my comp day went, so my flight started at 3:30 in the afternoon, which was which was fine. Like I can compete any time of the day, so didn't really influence me much. If anything, it was just nice because I got a bit of the morning to myself. And so there was 2 flights. I was in the second flight, so I had a bit of time then once the first flight was going to get myself warmed up and everything. I didn't really have to think at all. Jimmy had all my warm-ups written down, so that was great. And the lads were so sound and were really helpful with loading the bar and making sure the heights and everything were good for you. And while you're warming up, I didn't have to think about a thing. It was great. I just did what I was told, which was deadly. I didn't have to use my brain. And then I just kept cool, kept calm. I started then with my squats. So my first attempt flew, but I still was a bit uneasy because it's your first one and you're getting out in front of the crowd, and initially I didn't know where to look because there was this guy in the front, and I felt like I kept locking eyes with him like by accident, which when I'm competing in other sports you don't have anybody that you're looking at, but this guy was very funny. So I had to kind of look somewhere else, and I got confidence then by my third attempt. So 3 white lights my second. And then I clipped I clipped the rack actually on my second attempt, and I got a fright because I thought that would mean it was a bad lift for some reason. But no, still 3 white lights, so I was happy with that. It didn't cause any downward motion or anything on the bar, just clipped it as I came up. So I was delighted. But my third attempt then, we went for 122.5 kilos. My PR was 120. So I got confidence then by that rep to be able to look at the crowd and keep my head up, because the first few I was a bit like, and so that was my squats. Again, 3 white lights for my third attempt. Moved way smoother than I thought it was going to be honest. So I was chuffed with that, and then we chilled out before bench. We opened up on a really nice 52.5 kilos, really light, just to give us that bit of room, I guess. And then we moved up to 57.5, and depending on how that went was going to determine whether or not I took 60 or 62. So I actually hadn't hit 62 before either, so 60 was my current PR weight. My current weight, like that was the most I'd lifted. So 57.5 went so well. It was just boing, just straight off the chest, and again all white lights, so I was delighted with that. So I was like, I can do 62 any day. And Then I went down for my third attempt, 62.5 kilos, and it was a grind, not gonna lie. It was a tough one, but I knew I had it there. So I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. I knew it was gonna be a push, and I knew I was gonna have to grit, which I did. So sometimes there's a sticking point on my chest, and every time I failed a rep, it's always that sticking point. So I was nervous that maybe I'll get caught with the sticking point, but no, I had no doubt really that I could do it, and I was very comfortable on the bench. Everything felt locked in, and so as I lowered as well, I didn't lose tension or anything. So I was, as soon as I hit the chest, I knew it was coming up, and I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and it took its time, but it was steady up. So I was buzzing with that because I actually failed it the week before, so I'm still so happy thinking about it. Like, it was such a good lift. And then yeah, I chilled out for a bit, had some food and stuff before deadlifts. At this stage, I was absolutely buzzing. Everything was going so well. I felt so good. Like, I wasn't drained or anything. I just felt like I was, I don't know, bopping around like happy as Larry. And then we started warming up for the deadlifts. So I opened with 125 kilos, and we jumped up to 135 kilos then. And my current PR was 137.5 kilos. I actually attempted 140 10 days out from comp, nearly 2 weeks maybe. And yeah, I failed it pretty bad, and I actually lost balance, and I kind of fell, which meant that my shin, I gave myself a nasty cut on my shin. It wasn't that bad, but it felt bad. I felt sorry for myself. So I had like a graze down the front of my shin, and I'm pretty sure I still have the cut, but anyways, yeah, so that wasn't nice. So the ego was bruised after that. So I took 140 for my final attempt, and I was so ready to just disrespect it, like just absolutely make it look easy. Because I hadn't gotten it before, I was nervous in my own head. I didn't doubt my physical ability, but I just, you know, when again, because I had a pretty bad fail, I was just nervous. Like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is out of my range of possibility, I could never lift this weight. It wasn't that type of nerves. It was more so, I made a mincemeat out of it the last time I tried, so I don't know how this one's gonna go. But after I tried 135, I was very confident. I knew I could definitely hit 140. And so we just stuck with the 140 as a little like mini redemption arc in my own brain, and it absolutely flew. And then I found out I actually won first place, and I couldn't believe it. I wasn't really trying to keep track of it throughout the day. I was just trying to do my best on the platform. But to come out with the win was absolutely amazing, especially with the 9 for 9. I'm really looking forward now to getting back in the gym and just getting a bit moving, and getting the blood flowing again. I sometimes find when I'm out of like training for like 4 or 5 days, it can be like, I don't know, I don't feel great. So it's been 2 days since comp. 3, like as in I've had 2 days of full rest. So I'll get back today. So I'll get back to the gym this evening, and I'll see all the guys here in Zurich. Everybody was so helpful for all my prep. I'm so grateful to have had so many people around me for the commands and for the spot in, and just for the bit of support. Like, I really expected powerlifting to be a way more individual sport. I thought, you know, there's not a big team, like it's probably not a big communal, like there's not a big communal element to the sport, but oh my gosh, was I so wrong. The support I felt out on that platform, even just down to having people that you know as a spotter or as a loader, people in the audience, of course, like my family and friends. It was really, like, there's only good vibes, there's only good atmosphere, only excitement. Of course, naturally, I'm going to be nervous coming up to my first comp, so I was nervous the morning of, but I have a bit of competitive experience elsewhere, so I was able to deal with those feelings and actually translate them into something really positive, which helped my performance a lot, I think. I forgot what I was gonna say. I genuinely thought, so obviously I have this lovely camera, and I decided I was going to start making a bit of content, making a few videos, posting on Instagram, setting up YouTube. I wanted to be really brave and try something that's completely new to me, and I really enjoy doing it. But something I learned over the course of my competition preparation or kind of peak period was I really thought that, you know, going through this peak and going through this first comp, I'll have so much content and I'll be really able to capture and record all this sort of cool footage, etc, etc. And I actually didn't realize how difficult it would be to do that. So coming up to kind of comp week, I thought the closer to comp week I get, the less volume I'll have in my sessions, the more time I might have to, I don't know, spend making a video or sitting down having a chat or creating a little vlog. But because I was so focused on competing and on fueling myself well, eating properly, I actually found it really difficult. So that's something that I wasn't expecting. I really thought I would have more vlogs and stuff. So I'm sorry, because I did promise a vlog or two that just never happened, but I will get better. I'm still only learning and I'm really enjoying everything that I'm learning because it's shown me a lot about myself and a lot about skills that I had that I didn't know I had, skills that I lack and skills that I could improve on. So as much as I am enjoying it and it's a lot of fun, I am finding it difficult, which is weird. Like, I obviously know how much goes into a competition prep, but I just was surprised with how difficult I found making content and uploading content and editing and everything. So big like kudos to those who do it so successfully and seamlessly, make it look so easy and so smooth, when in reality it's actually quite difficult and it takes a lot of thought. It's not just the time, it takes so much thought and brain power and even just a bit of creativity, knowing what to say, knowing what to post, like having big ideas for different edits and stuff. I really admire those people who make it their business to kind of create good content and engaging content. So I hope to be one of those people, but I just have a lot to learn, yeah. But I'm willing to learn. I will 100% be competing again. I would love to get an extra 3 comps in this year, depending on the timetable and how they fall. But like 2 minimum would be the goal, potentially 3. But yeah, so that was how my weekend went. That was how my competition went. I'm absolutely over the moon again. Thank you to everybody for all your kind messages and all your comments. It's really lovely to know that I'm so supported and that I'm backed so much. Thanks of course to my coach Jimmy and to the gang from Integrity. Definitely still more in the tank, so I'm looking forward to keeping the momentum going and getting back into my training. And yeah, I have my sights set on a few comps for this year, so I'm very much so looking forward to booking them. I'm afraid I have ran out of tea, so I've reached the end of our chats. But thank you so much for listening and joining in on my reflection. I can't wait to see what comes after this. So yeah, thank you for listening and I will chat to you all soon. Bye.